time to tune in. Now another sports center, it's a movement.
Next person we're going to take and talk about, a couple hours up north over to the DC area. We're going to take and talk about the Washington football team. All right. Now there's a tight end prospect, again, who is really shaking up the UDFA scene. Isaac, please take it away.
What's going on, man? So this is a guy that I talked about briefly in the last video we made, SAMMIS Reyes, coming out of Chile by way of Tulane University. Crazy story. This guy, he came to the U.S. at 14, stayed in an apartment with other students at his school. And, his family, very humble beginnings. They brought, they sent him, I think, was like $50 a month, whatever they could. So he really just came out that mud and played at University of Tulane, played basketball, never played football a day in his life, but, had some friends that say, you're in the wrong sport. You need to try football. So what do you know? He decides, all right, I'm going to try to work out. I'm going to start doing it. Not only does he work out, he makes it to be able to go to Florida's pro day, the same pro day that Kyle Pitts and them went to, Kyle Trask, and found a way to outshine them by being 6'7", 260, running a solid 4.6 40, putting up 31 reps on the bench, and putting up a 40-inch vert. And not only that, just looking like a Latin romance novel star. You know what I mean? Like, this guy just is the star of some telenovela somewhere. Like, he's
him and his girlfriend. They look like a nice couple.
Yeah, 100%. That's the guy. So it's like, this is a twitched up athlete. He's huge and he can run and move. I'm seeing if he can just learn the game of football, you might have Jimmy Graham. You know what I mean? The Washington football team, we have Logan Thomas, who's 6'6", former Virginia Tech quarterback, put up a career year last year, so he'll build on that. But that number 2 tight end has been up for grabs. We had Jeremy Sprinkle, who was trash. Sorry, just not good. He was there for the last 4 years. Didn't really do anything. He left, whatever, just the guy. Now we have, we picked up John Bates from Boise State. He'll be there. Somebody that I think can learn really well. So, I mean, now Sammy's has a chance to really go in there, take to the coaching, and, there's an opportunity there, just learn the game, learn the nuances of the game. And not only can you play, but you have the potential to be a superstar in this league. Now, potential is a dangerous word, of course, because with potential, you have to find a way to realize that potential. And you're in the NFL. This isn't college or high school where you're afforded the opportunity to learn the game. This is the highest level of football in the world. So, we'll see if we have the patience for him. But from everything I've seen, he's a complete work ethic, just a warrior. I think he'll be just fine with that aspect. He's going to put in the work, So I'm excited, man. And like I said, it's Chile. He's coming out of a country that most people don't really know too much about unless you know Latin America. So, that's opening the door for more Latin athletes to come out and, shine. It's not just athletes in America. There are twitched up athletes all over the world. And this is a good stepping stone to provide that.
And also, you bring up a beautiful point, is that the growth of American football, and I'm going to do some videos on this off season. I promise you guys, just make sure y'all stay subscribed. I'm going to bring that to y'all way. But the growth of American football, okay, not football, American football in Latin America. I mean, you go on, you and I talked about this the other day. You go on Facebook and you type in, I don't know, New York Giants fans in Mexico, and here's a group, not like 10 people, like hundreds, sometimes thousands of people. Dallas Cowboys fans in Tijuana. I mean, there's groups out there, American football fans in Brazil. I mean, people love this sport. You know what I mean? Soccer isn't the national, sport of America. Football is, but you still have a lot of soccer fans. The same thing goes in Latin America. It's a growing love. So to see guys like this opening up the door I mean, it's just a beautiful thing, and very, very excited to see where Mr. Sammis Reyes ends up at the end of the offseason.
I mean, if he could even just give us, a tenth of some of his athleticism, that's a plus. You know what I mean? So we're excited.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for letting us know about Sammis Reyes. And then before we end this insert, I'm going to ask you, what do you think his chances are to make the final roster?
I think he has a great opportunity in front of him. He's going to have to put in the work because, I mean, even the guys that are less athletic than him have played football before. So, he's having to learn the game. But I will say this, if he can learn the game or at least learn enough of it to make a difference, I think he has a really good shot at making the team. Not only just making the team, but becoming a staple in the offense. Because if he can figure it out, putting him and Logan Thomas in the middle of that in the middle of that offense with the other weapons we already have, our offense is going to go from, they need to build some weapons. They need more people to, we're going to have to put up a ton of points because that defense is not going to let us score, and they're going to score. You know what I mean? So he has the opportunity to be a complete catalyst. Because, I mean, if he becomes Jimmy Graham or Antonio Gates or, Tony Gonzalez, that just elevates the entire team. You know what I mean? Or if he just, is a guy that is a great story but ends up getting cut, that these things happen as well. So stories aren't going to cut it. No pun intended. You're going to need to put in the work. But I feel as though if anybody's going to put in the work, it's the guy that has been in this country by himself since he was 14 and had nothing handed to him. So I think he's got a great chance.
Absolutely. And can you imagine for the Washington football team that you have two really good, you have McLaurin and then the other guy, what was the gentleman's name who they picked up this past offseason?
Curtis Samuel.
Slipped my mind there for a second. Thank you. Yeah, these two guys here on each side of the ball. Then you have a tight end. You imagine how much that opens the field for the quarterback, the running game, all these different things. I mean, it makes your team that much more better. So definitely a very, very exciting prospect for the Washington football team for sure.
And you got Dammy Brown, rookie out of North Carolina, coming off the bench. So it's
stupid speed.
Now another sports center, it's a movement.